In this video, we are going to investigate when this function is positive or negative by using a sign chart. And the way we do that is first we find out when this function is equal to 0. So f of x, I'm going to factor this equation. So that's going to be, let's see, x plus 3 times x minus 1. So I can just eyeball this to factor it. If I couldn't see it quickly, I would use the quadratic formula to factor it. So this function has roots or zeros at x equals negative 3 and x equals 1. So I'm going to draw a number line. I'm going to put my points negative 3 and 1 onto my number line. So this is my function f of x. And I'm going to decide whether it's positive or negative in each of my three regions. And the reason I can do that is because these points, negative 3 and 1, are the only points where it's 0, and this is a continuous function. Okay, so let's look at the region from negative infinity to negative 3. Now the easiest way to do that is to go back to our original function and plug a really large negative number into that function. And what we know is that this first term is going to be much, much bigger than the other terms. So basically we can look at the sign of this first term to figure out the sign of the function. So if I plug in a really large number like negative a million squared is positive, and so the function must be positive. Let's take this region over here. We can do the same thing. 1 out to infinity, same thing's going to be true. We plug a million into this. First term, the leading term dominates. A million squared, that's positive, so the function must be positive here. Now, we can choose any number between negative 3 and 1, not including either number, but any number between negative 3 and 1. The easiest number to choose in that region would be 0. So it's 0 plus 0 minus 3, and so f of x is negative, which means f of x is positive from negative infinity to negative 3 union 1 comma infinity. It's negative from negative 3 to 1, and note I've written these as open intervals because at the boundaries of these intervals the function is 0.